My beloved ones, my name is Algimantas. I live in Lithuania. It's a small country in Eastern Europe at the Baltic Sea. I usually present you spiritual teachings, and I lead you that you would discover Creator Himself within you, because everybody has Creator's spirit, Creator's fragment, which is called thought adjuster. Therefore, it is possible to discover Creator within without going anywhere into the mountains or behind the high walls of monastery. Everything begins and ends within. Today, I would like to attract your attention to our civilization, which is mostly called like a material consumptionist civilization, which is urging people to consume ever more. But now there are ever more expressed obvious tendencies not only of consumer civilization, but also a freak civilization. That's next to insanity. Because people, well, on all the continents, they are the same mortals. They have the same brain. And Creator has designed evolution that this brain should be used for developing civilization, for basing it on spiritual ground, on Creator Himself. But people don't even think about looking for a Creator. They have not been taught to do it this way. So they do not even know where to look for Creator. And they don't even understand that Creator is within. So they build up all the material civilization without any foundation, without any Creator. And that means that all the civilization is or has been designed and built up on sand, and the foundation is wrong. It's illusionary. It's an illusionary foundation. It is impossible to have foundation without Creator, because it is only Creator who makes firm and changeless foundation for all civilizations on all the worlds of the whole of creation. And our world is not an exception. But now it appears that the total majority, the absolute majority of humanity do not even care. They do not care that they live orphan's life, the life which is without Creator, without our father and mother. And it is ridiculous to me that such a civilization has been built up, constructed, without any foundation. Just imagine if you started building up a house on a site. Wouldn't you start from the foundation? So everybody understands the more solid foundation, the more durable shall be life for that house. And the house would be much stronger on a more solid foundation. But now, the whole planet hosts the whole of material civilization without foundation. So foundation for civilization must and has always to be spiritual. And it is Creator Himself on all the worlds of the whole of creation. So our world has to follow it as well. Therefore, I'm teaching you, no matter in what country you might be living in this moment. It doesn't matter what race you are a representative of, what religion you might be professing. I'm teaching you in particular. And irrespective of your social status or political status, whether you are a king or a queen of any nation, if you are a president of any country, I'm teaching you in particular. Because it is you who are making your own impact and deposit on today's degrading and ever more turning into a freak civilization. This material civilization, consumptionist civilization of this world. If you take a look at different events that are taking place, well, everywhere around the world, and especially those who are most popular, so they are even telecast by different channels. So even hundreds of millions or even sometimes billions of people watch these events. And these events are mostly designed, arranged, and organized by freak people. And those attendees of these events are also freak. By freak, I mean those who demonstrate their fashions, which are freak, who demonstrate their haircut or hair just dresses. So mostly they're also freak, just to astonish people, just to shout out, look at me, I'm that unique. And it doesn't matter, I look ridiculous and insane from Creator's point of view, from His vantage point. Because all these events are widely watched by young people. They want to follow these, well, wrongly called popular stars. They are not stars at all. They are freaks, because all these film lists, top lists, they are freak lists. They don't have anything in common with reality or with objective evaluation. Therefore, all these Oscar ceremonies for best actors, for best films, this is a freak performance. It has nothing to do with art, with man's desire to have a better life, to have a brighter future for other generations. These are the freak models. How it should not happen in the world. How such films do not even be shot at all. But these freak groups, they need to show off, to gather together and to demonstrate to the similar ones how important they are, even though they are not important at all. They are freaks. But nevertheless, they are playing ever more significant role in the current moment. But this is only the current moment. Very soon they will vanish from the surface of the planet, as they are not the salt of civilization. They are not the taste of evolution. They are not designed by Creator to lead civilizations. All these freaks, like homosexuals, like lesbians, like those who tattoo their bodies, and their bodies by this turn into ugly looking material temples designed by Creator to host Creator's spiritual eternal gift, mortal's personality, which is spiritual. It is not the material body that is being tattooed. It is who lives within the body. What contents is being expressed by the lips, by the material lips of this body. So this is our true self. This is our true dweller of this material body, which these freaks dare to impurify, while this body should be pure. It has to be pure because it's been designed by Creator Himself, that it should be the way it is, without any decoration. You cannot decorate Creator. And Creator, once He designed the body the way it looks like this, no need to put on lipstick, any color, to put a makeup on the face. Just cherish this body. This is a living temple, a material temple. Take care of it. Do not smear and smudge it with tattoos, with ring. Don't pierce anything in the body. Because all these things are characteristic of the freak civilization. By the way, all the paintings on the body, they, might take roots in that old past, in the savage man, when people are too scared of everybody and everything. So they used to put on tattoo just to show other tribesmen, if you kill me, my tribe shall take revenge upon you for my death. So this sign has a very solid protection, but it is not the case today. Now, tattoos are being put on the body because the mind has turned freak. It's degrading, and it is impossible to stop this degradation without discovering Creator Himself within. This is the only way out. Otherwise, you will suffer very bitter consequences, including the climate change, just due to our long waves that we radiate, and they are our low frequency vibrations. So all these vibrations, once they spread into the air, they make like clots in our body, impeding the normal circulation of blood through the whole of the body. So these clots in the air of low frequency vibrations prevent a smooth circulation of air currents around the planet. And in the places where there are very many people who are just enjoying these freak functions, events, so these waves of low frequency vibrations turn into very huge waves, like a storm. And they are, of course, preventing any even and smooth circulation of air currents. These are the clots of humanity being radiated constantly. And then the weather, instead of being just like a normal change from one season to another season, the way Creator has designed, all of a sudden is undergoing changes that have not been provided by Creator. And this is your personal deposit to this clotting of the smooth air circulation around the planet. By exposing yourself to this freak, the so-called elite. But they are not elite at all. You should know that elite is always spiritually minded personality. Because elite is that group of people, or even a single personality, that is leading you to light, to Creator, as the source of light. So all this group, or a single personality, is elite because it shows you direction to a better civilization, which is grounded to Creator and which has the basis, the foundation, no less than Creator Himself discovered within each personality. And only on this foundation it is possible to build up a solid structure, a long-lasting house, lasting for eternity, even on this planet. And your deposit should always remain as such. What you have left here to improve our current civilization and leave a better environment for the next generation, that they would enjoy a better life on the planet, and not the freak civilization which is now turning into a certain definitely expressed form in all spheres, be it music, all these, the so-called musicians who are awarded different prizes, they are all freaks. And others, young people, try to imitate them. They also begin to create this sort of music, but it is not music at all. Music has been designed by Creator. It is given by Creator to people that they would use it to elevate people from the planet into the universe, to fill up the personality indwelling this material body, the temple in the flesh, with spiritual high frequency vibrations. So all this is the expression of goodness and beauty. And there is no even a shade of freak expression of either a composer or a singer or actor, performer or director. Therefore, you should have in mind that even the architecture now is mostly in very simple forms. But even if an architect designs something, he tries just to surprise people, just to invent something which is not possible to invent. So he is trying to change just the form, turning into a freak form. It does not inspire people to become better, to become more loving, or to fuse with Creator ever deeper. While in reality, the civilization should provoke this sort of ideas within, how to fuse with Creator ever deeper, how to commune with Him ever more sincerely and cordially, so that you would fill up your own personality with His love, which you share while doing your everyday chores or your business. But this would be already filled up with the living content of Creator, not of the freak civilization mind. Because it is a freak mind that creates and carries on creating this freak civilization. It's upsetting for me to watch people on the streets, because freaks are becoming like a norm. It's upsetting for the civilization and deplorable that freak is turning into a norm, into a standard. It's absurd. It's insanity. And you will bear the consequences for your own personal approach by the so-called tolerance to their right to be the way they desire to be. Yeah, they might be whatever they desire to. But why should you follow them? Why don't you think that you have a Creator Himself within you and discover Him and follow the way He is leading you to light, to dignity, to love, and not to freak people. They are all turned away from Creator. That's their choice. Therefore, they come to such functions, even the so-called human beings of the male sex, dressed by a huge skirt and a dress. So it's a freak appearance. But nobody is saying, look, get out of here until you have a proper, normal suit, which is your dress code for the function. But people are applauding this freak. Look, what a bold person. His mind is corrupted. His thinking is absolutely distorted. He's not as he is a son of Creator. His mind is derailed. But what is more upsetting, that the minds are derailed of the whole audience, because they are applauding such a person. So this is the freak civilization taking ever deeper roots in our everyday humanity. And again, I address you. You will bear the bitter consequences, because it is you who made your own personal deposit that this freak civilization would take roots on this planet. I'm against such a civilization, as it is against Creator. It's Lucifer's civilization. It's Satan's civilization. I do not follow Satan. I do not follow Lucifer. I follow Creator, my Father, my Mother, the Father of all, the Mother of all, and of yours too. Wake up.